For my setup, we're gonna use 2 lights and create depth. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm gonna grab the B10. We're gonna pop this right in the middle. Just for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna use this as a flat light, but you guys can choose any light direction you'd like. So I'm gonna turn on the modeling light so you guys can see the shadow. So if the modeling light is just a little bit, or if the light placement is a little bit low, we're gonna get shadows in kind of an unnatural placement, right? So all we're gonna do is just lift this light source up a bit so we get good, nice shadows right underneath the nose, underneath the chin, and we're good to go. Okay, so the light is now flying all over the place. So to basically zoom that light in, I'm gonna use a zoom dish and I'm gonna go ahead and just add a 60-degree reflector to it to really funnel the light right onto Amelie's face. Okay, so this light looks great. We have the right power settings landing right in the face. Now we're gonna go ahead and add fill. So here I have another B10. I have a larger softbox. I'm placing this fill directly behind the light so it kind of follows from the same light direction. The shadows fall in the exact same way. And what is essentially happening here is this is putting a little bit of fill into the scene. This main light is chiseling our subject's face out of the shot. This is how we create depth with this 2-light setup. The fun thing about this is you can set it up however you like. We used it as a flat light, but you can move the direction, but having that general fill and then adding light directly to your subject really helps to kind of create a bit more depth in your scenes, especially when working within the studio.
So for this next lighting setup, we're gonna do something completely different, and I'm not gonna be using any hard light. We have 2 soft light sources here. We have 2 strip boxes. If we get the lights really close to our subjects, not only can we fill in all the shadows, but we can also give that nice fall off look where the back of the face is a little bit darker with a nice highlight on the front of the face. Let me go ahead and turn this light off entirely. And I'm just gonna take a test shot here. And as you can see here, one soft light from the far left really doesn't look bad at all. This would definitely be a lighting setup that I would use in the studio. But if I want to fill in all of these shadows and have it look like a seamless light that just looks kind of like a beauty light, we're going to need this light on. Now the lighting ratio between these 2 lights is typically going to be 1-to-1, meaning they're both set to the exact same power. Let me take a second shot and you'll be able to see how much this light adds to the frame.
For my shot, I'm going to be doing standard clamshell lighting. Patrick used both of his lights to the right and the left of the model. I am going to rotate that and do 1 above and 1 below. Now, the difference is Patrick's light was all about uniformity and symmetry, so he wanted those lights to be the exact same power. I do not want that in this case. Let me show you why. Let me take a picture first with just 1 key light right above. I've moved over from a softbox to a medium-sized reflective umbrella. Let me take 1 shot here so you can see what this looks like. So as you can see with this image, we're getting some really dark shadows. I think the direction of this light looks good, but as you can see under her nose and chin, it's almost completely black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another softbox and put it right here below her. I currently have these lights set to the exact same output. Let me take a test shot and show you why this is not going to work. So as you can tell, we are getting almost more uplighting than we are downlighting. If you look at the bottom of her nose, it's actually more lit than the top side of her nose. I personally do not think this looks good. Usually people are lit from below by fire or something. They look ominous or scary. We do not want that. So I'm going to lower this by like 4 additional stops here. This looks much better. Check out the shadows under her nose. You can still see them. They're there. We still have that directionality of the lighting and of the shadows, but we've really opened them up. Instead of being pure black, they're a nice open gray. I think this looks much better, and this is what you see in all types of beauty photography.